as I call on the first speaker from the side. Please, let the audience, give us audience, please come.
And my co-defendants. How by them making they must stand to oppose the motion. We say that the first Christian child who is to blame is on the wrong model, the child on the wrong model. I beg to differ and oppose the motion. We say that the first Christian child who is to blame is on the wrong model and not. But before I further my point, I would like to. I heard my opponent saying that a mother give birth to a child after instructing the child to do his way that he instructed. The child refused. I beg to differ. When a mother give birth to a child, is it the child that will start training himself? You see, it all depends on how you mother your children. It all depends on how you take care of the children. It all depends on how you train your children. That is the way your children will follow. What is a role model? A role model is one who you want to be like, who you are under care. Now I can proceed with my point. Firstly, improper checkup. Any child that answers God's guidance, it's impossible to escape corruption in the society because of societal nuance. You know, in this first century, most parents are neither workers nor businessmen. Most workers, they more value their work these days than their children, because in the situation whereby parents should go to work in the morning and come back in the midnight, they don't have time for the children again. They don't know what is parental care. Some people rely on domestic staff, of which this domestic staff, this maid, they don't have enough passion, experiences for the children. All they know, they're just working there to get the money. They're not there for the money. They're not there to get the money. This should show you that the small Christian child who is to be blamed is on the role model and not the child. Secondly, mismultitude. We all know that we have many religions apart from Christianity. So many religions and traditional ideology is well being exhibited in the society. So I understand the fact that we are social mismultitude. It's the better you take all the children to give more time to work. Now, in the same way, most pastors have lost interest in salvation messages. They more focus on what they got from the members. And passion for preaching these salvation messages is partially reducing from the society, which is very wrong for the child's upbringing. This is very wrong. This is very wrong for the child's upbringing. We all know about the popular Big Niger show, of which these people who attend or participate in this Big Niger show are mostly Christians, and they have pastors who pray for them. These pastors pray for them to win. These pastors encourage them to do more, in as much as they bring their tithe and offering. And this is the type of corruption they are bringing to the society. So I can't about the reason why you are standing here to propose a motion. We say that the small Christian child who is to blame is the child. It's on the role model and not the child. Please, my honorable parents, I'm here to convince and not to confuse you that I'm here to convince and not to confuse you that the small Christian child who is to be blamed is on the role model and not the child. Thanks.
That is wonderful. Thank you for that. As I call on the second speaker from the supporting team.
Building on the already established foundation, I am Oganaya Precious, and I've come to create more points, thereby kicking against my opponent that the spoiled Christian child is meant to be blamed and not the role model. We notice that the rate in which children are getting profane and misbehave is majorly caused by inconspicuous and obscure factor created in our daily life. Firstly, technology phase. Technology and mass media has done more harm than good in the life of our youth. Yes, it has its advantages, but come on, we all know that in our present generation, it has shaping our life, affecting everybody, including the children. It is propelling and disdainful that it has created in the mindset of our children that there is no life apart from artificial intelligence. During the COVID-19, it was noticed that there were online classes, and statistics show that most of the children used that opportunity to go into many unbearable acts by watching pornography and many things. How can you not blame the parents for this act? Parents innocently hand the children the phone, maybe to go for the online class, but they skip it and go for other things. How can you blame the parents for this act? Children imitate characters they watch on TV and also many things that they watch, and also make sure that they tend to practice it in the absence of the present. Forgetting in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33, it said, "Be not deceived, for evil communication corrupt good manners." Secondly, they tend to forget the backgrounds they are coming from. Parents are held responsible for training their children. Oh yes, but they are not to be blamed for the children's misbehavior. For example, a parent who tries his or her best to make sure that his or her child is trained in the way of the Lord, and after some time, maybe the child going to higher institution and decided to forget all that is taught and deviate from faith. How can you blame the parents on this act? According to my first speaker, she said that you can take a horse to a river, but you can never force that same horse to drink from that river. And also, when children tend to go out, they say that their mates are doing this thing. They'll want to be like them. They'll feel influenced and also want to be and show that they'll just deviate from all the faith and everything that they are being taught and decide to follow the world. A child who later becomes an armed robber, a drug dealer, a drug addict, a child who later becomes a behavior. For the case of a child that is raised in a godly home, trained in a godly way, and after the child gets spoiled, Is the parent meant to be blamed? No, the parents are meant to be held responsible for training up the child and not making the decision for the child. Furthermore, the choice and the decision of a child plays a vital role in the life of a Christian youth. When everyone seated there is a child to a parent. Are we not a child to a parent? We are all child to a parent, and you are seated there according to your own decision and your own accord. If you make a decision that is wrong, are you going to blame your parents? Then how can you tell me that the parents are meant to be blamed for the indecision and the spoiledness of the child? The story in the Bible about Samson, the strongest man, one thing that led to his death was bad choice. His parents told him not to marry the harlot, but he went against the rule and married the harlot, which later led him into the trap that took his life. Is it not so? How can you not blame the parents for making the child to be spoiled? A parent cannot just born his child and make the child to be spoiled. It's not possible. Lastly, selfish desire. Children are now engaged in selfish desire as expected not in godly home, where they are taught about God, the knowledge of right and wrong. But now, they tend to learn mysterious ways in getting what they want. They steal if their desires are not granted, and they are also adamant to corruption. They no longer hearken to the advice of their parents, and they let fall astray.
Time up.
And they let fall astray. Parents are meant to control their children, but they cannot control everything they believe and everything they say. I hope with this full plot of mine, I'm able to convince and not to confuse you, with no outer of doubt, that the parents are meant to be blamed and not the spoiled child.
Thank you. That is wonderful.